Are you a mid-career professional? This video is for you because I'm going to talk about the top career mistakes that most people make at this level in their career and how to avoid them. Because you're probably thinking you're doing everything right in your career, but these common mistakes might be holding you back from the impact that you want to be having. So stick around to learn how to avoid them so that you can keep growing. Well, hello there. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sara. I am a certified career and leadership coach who's been coaching for 7 years, helping over 600 people find their dream jobs or land their next promotions where they work less, make more, and finally feel happy and fulfilled doing work that they love. I've also helped thousands on this YouTube channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video as I drop them almost every single week. Okay. So even the most experienced professionals in your mid-career, so you are experienced, fall into common traps that hold them back, but you don't have to. So I want to highlight the three key issues that I see as a coach and as someone who worked for 15 years in recruitment and human resources of individuals at this stage in their career that kind of really slows them down in terms of, and it's not always about progressing and getting promoted. Well, that's a big thing, but it's also about limiting the impact that you're meant to have and that you want to be having. So I want to really address these issues so that you can feel like you are doing what you're meant to be doing in the work that you love to be doing. Okay, number one is not knowing your goals and then not communicating your goals. Oftentimes, I see people in the mid-career kind of flail a little bit or get stagnant a little bit. And oftentimes it's because there's a lot going on in our lives, and it's difficult to really focus in on what it is that we want to be doing. So, not really having a sense of what it is we want to happen in our career, getting into that stagnation, it doesn't really do wonders for our confidence. And oftentimes we regret not really having goals and focusing on working towards them. Now, this is not to say that your goal has to be something you go all in on. Like I am going to become like move 3 steps up the ladder in like 2 years. It doesn't have to be like that. You can have in the next 5 years, I want to get promoted. And so let me think of the little steps that I need to take. And one of those little steps that you do need to be taking, which kind of comes into this whole thing about goals, is not communicating these goals, not telling people, especially your manager, what your goals are, so that we can get help growing and help accomplishing those goals. I think it's also important to talk about and communicate these goals with our partners and our loved ones so that we can get their buy-in. So if it does require us to take a certification or to take some courses or to go into the office a little bit more. Ugh. Some people, extroverts love it, but I'm an introvert through and through. But that we have that support. So that key mistake and issue number one is not having goals or not knowing what our goals are, and then not communicating those goals. So it's all around goals. The issue number two is over focusing on the like nitty gritty of our current role. So this is where we are just all in on the day to day. And sometimes this comes from not having a goal. So it's hard to kind of evolve our work when we don't have it tied to an evolution of ourselves. So having that goal piece will definitely help. But if one of our goals is to move up the career ladder, then we can't become the expert of what we do. We want to become an expert of what we want to do. So it's sort of that reframing our role to highlight some of that leadership and strategic contributions and to incorporate some more of that into our positions. So that over focus on what you're currently doing and kind of getting into the nitty gritty. It's also sometimes it's also where we're doing the nitty gritty just for the sake of doing the nitty gritty instead of understanding how the nitty gritty really connects to the big picture and to the overall strategic goals. So it's not to say you stop doing the nitty gritty, but you stop talking about the nitty gritty. I'm sort of using that over and over, but you stop talking about it as it exists in the container of just it. And you start talking about it as you doing this impacts this, which allows this. And it just instantly just pulls you out of that like day-to-day aspect and really connects you to a greater purpose and greater impact, which feels good for you because you feel like you're doing more than just a tiny little thing, but also for your career progression, because then other people can see that you are making these connections and that you can then contribute at a strategic level, which means you can move up the ladder if you want. So, key mistake number two was that over focus on that like day-to-day aspect of your current role. Mistake number three or issue number three is networking avoidance. Like, and I hear you. I feel you. As an introvert, don't love networking, but I do it. And kind of bringing back to what I was saying in point number one, when we are at this mid-career level, our lives are busy. So one of the quickest and easiest things to let go is networking. And we often think, and I know I've often thought this, that like an all or nothing approach to networking, that if I'm not talking to new people or reconnecting with people I know and have worked with in the past weekly, then I'm not really networking. But no, we don't have to. We don't have to do that. We can think about our networking in monthly terms or even quarterly, biannually, annually terms. So you can say every quarter, I want to talk to one person. Every month, I want to log on to LinkedIn 3 times and comment on 5 posts. Like it, especially if you're working, it doesn't have to be like networking when we are job searching or when we are actively really trying to get that goal like instantly or in a few months. Uh, Networking is about planting seeds, and the seeds can take a while to grow, especially if you have a while for them to grow, but they will not grow if we plant them too late or if we don't plant them at all. And what I would hate to happen is you get to that point where you're like, oh no, I'm ready now. And then all of a sudden we have to start planting. And then we have to wait for those seeds to grow into, to germinate and to grow into the plants and produce the tomatoes that we want. Oh, I'm going too far with this, but it's so much easier once we decide now is the time to kind of get the fruit from the plant if we planted the seeds. So I encourage you to really stop thinking about networking from a daily or weekly basis and start thinking about it monthly, quarterly, biannually, annually, whatever works for you in your life. So key mistake number three or issue number three is that networking avoidance and how we get around that. So some of the quick solutions for all of this is you're a mid-career professional who still has goals. So I want you to define those goals and I want you to communicate those goals. I want you to align your current role with the goals that you would want to accomplish. And then I want you to start planting some networking seeds so that when you're really ready, and that could be now, to like ramp up achieving that goal, we have some help, some advocates. We have people out there unlocking opportunities for us. So if you want to avoid these career killing mistakes, I have a couple of free guides that work for you. So if you just want a job that you love, like you want to find your dream job or create your dream job, then I want you to grab my freebie, the Find Your Dream Job Guide below. if you're ready for taking that next step in your career, you are anxious to be a leader or to increase your leadership responsibilities by getting into an executive leader role, grab the official Get Promoted guide below, and I will tell you exactly how to go about doing that. Now, tell me below where you are at. Do you have a goal? I want to hear what that goal is. Let's talk in the comments so that I can figure out how to help you best. And if you've liked this video, hit that like button and don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss a single video of mine. And I will see you soon with a new video. Take care. Bye. I just wanted to pop onto this video really quick because I just released a freebie that is perfect for you if you are interested in getting promoted, in moving up that leadership ladder. And I want to make sure you grab it. The link to it is below. It is called the Official Get Promoted Guide. Here's a little sneak peek. This is chock full of information about the mistakes you're making, how to actually get that next promotion, and what you can do next, and that secret to getting promoted in 2025. So make sure you grab this. It is in the comments below, the link to get it. Let's get promoted. Make 2025 your year. See you later. If you liked this video, then I invite you to join me in the Find Your Dream Job program, where you work less, make more money, and finally feel fulfilled doing work that you love. Find out more at www.saracurto.ca/CYLA. See you there.